Want to speak English like a pro every day?
Watch this video or you might miss the secret that everyone's using right now.
All right, so why talk about daily routines? Well, daily routines are part of everyone's life, and they're one of the easiest topics to practice speaking or writing in English.
Yeah, and talking about your daily routine helps you practice verbs in the present simple tense, which is super important in English. It also builds your confidence because it's about you, your real life. No need to make things up.
Right. For example, saying, I wake up at 7 a.m. or I have coffee in the morning is simple, but it's the foundation of good English speaking.
And the more you talk about your day, the easier it gets to add more details, like, after I have coffee, I check my emails and then go for a run.
Exactly. You start with small sentences and then connect them with words like and, then, after, before. This helps your fluency and makes your speech sound natural.
Plus, daily routines are great for practicing time expressions. Words like every day, sometimes, usually, in the morning, at night, these make your sentences clearer and more interesting.
So, how do you start? First, think about the main things you do every day. You don't have to share everything, just the parts you like or think are interesting.
For example, I usually wake up at 6:30 a.m., make breakfast, and read the news. Then I work on my computer for a few hours.
Nice. And I start my day with meditation, then I drink a glass of water and check my messages.
See, simple sentences that tell a story about your day.
And if you want to practice, try writing or saying your routine out loud. Don't worry about mistakes, just practice.
That's the key. The more you practice, the better you get.
Oh, and one more thing. Talking about your routine can also help when you meet new people or make small talk.
True. People often ask, what do you do every day? Or what's your morning like? If you have answers ready, you'll feel more comfortable in those conversations.
Okay, James. So now that we know why talking about daily routines is useful, let's dig a little deeper. What are some common verbs we can use when describing daily routines?
Great question, Ella. The first thing to remember is that most daily routines use the present simple tense. That means verbs like wake up, eat, go, work, sleep, and study. For example, I wake up at 7 a.m. or she goes to work by bus.
Right, and the subject and verb have to match. Like, I wake up, but he wakes up. The little s at the end is important.
Exactly. It's a small detail, but it changes everything. Also, some verbs are irregular, like go becomes goes for he, she, or it, as you said.
And don't forget about time expressions that make your sentences more natural. Words like usually, sometimes, always, never, every morning, at night. For example, I usually eat breakfast at 8 a.m. or he never drinks coffee.
Those words help you express how often you do things. It's important because talking about frequency makes your story interesting and realistic.
Yes. Also, connecting your sentences with words like and, then, after that, makes your routine flow better. Instead of saying separate sentences, you can say, I wake up at 7 a.m., then I brush my teeth and eat breakfast.
It sounds more natural and helps your listener understand the order of events.
Another tip is to use action verbs to describe activities and simple adjectives to add detail. For example, I take a quick shower, or I eat a healthy breakfast.
That's good. And if you want to talk about habits, don't forget words like usually, often, or sometimes.
Yes, for example, I often go for a walk in the evening, or she usually studies after dinner.
And what about negative sentences, like saying what you don't do?
Great point. You can say, I don't drink coffee in the morning, or he doesn't watch TV before bed.
Those are useful too. Knowing how to say what you don't do helps you be clearer.
All right, here's a quick exercise for our listeners. Try describing your morning routine out loud. Use simple sentences and add words about frequency.
For example, I wake up at 6 a.m., I brush my teeth, I eat breakfast, usually drink tea. Then I go to work.
It doesn't have to be perfect. Just practice saying it naturally.
Exactly. The goal is to get comfortable using these words and structures.
Okay, last thing for this part. Talking about routines helps you with small talk too.
Right. Imagine you meet someone new and they ask, "What do you do every day?" Now you have a ready answer.
And that makes conversations easier and less stressful.
So keep practicing your daily routine. It's simple, but powerful.
All right, James. So now that we've talked about verbs and time expressions, let's discuss how to make your daily routine stories more interesting. What do you think?
Good idea, Ella. The key is to add small details and feelings. Instead of just saying, "I eat breakfast," you can say, "I enjoy a hot cup of coffee with my breakfast every morning."
Yes, that's much nicer. And details help people imagine your day better. You can talk about what you like or don't like doing.
Exactly. For example, I usually walk to work because I love fresh air. Or I don't like waking up early, but I do it to have a good start.
Another way to add interest is to talk about challenges or changes, like sometimes I work late, so I don't have time to cook dinner. Or last week I started going to the gym in the morning.
Right. This shows that routines can change, and it makes your story more real.
Also, don't be afraid to use simple adjectives and adverbs. Words like quickly, slowly, relaxing, busy help a lot.
For example, I quickly get ready in the morning, or my evenings are usually relaxing after work.
And remember, even if you make mistakes, keep going. Practicing your routine in English is like training a muscle.
Yes, your English muscle needs exercise every day.
If you want, you can try writing your routine first and then practice saying it out loud.
That's a great tip. Writing helps organize your thoughts, and speaking builds confidence.
And here's a little challenge for our listeners. Try to tell your daily routine using 5 new words or expressions you've learned recently.
Nice. That helps you remember new vocabulary and makes your story richer.
Exactly. And don't worry about being perfect. The goal is communication, not perfection.
One more thing. You can also practice with a friend or language partner. Ask each other about your routines.
It's a fun way to learn and hear different answers.
All right, Ella, I think that covers a lot. Daily routines might seem simple, but they're powerful tools to improve your English.
Absolutely. And the more you practice, the more confident and fluent you become. James, another important point about daily routines is using questions to keep conversations going. What do you think about that?
Yes, asking questions is a great way to practice English and show interest when talking to others.
For example, if someone tells you about their morning, you can ask, "What time do you usually wake up?" Or, "How do you get to work?"
Exactly. Questions like these keep the conversation flowing, and they help you learn new words and phrases from others.
And when someone asks you about your routine, you can give a simple answer and then ask back. Like, "I usually have breakfast at 7 a.m. What about you?"
That's a perfect way to keep the chat alive. Plus, it makes the conversation more natural and friendly.
Also, talking about daily routines is great for practicing prepositions of time. Words like in the morning, at night, before lunch, after work.
For example, I exercise in the evening, or she studies after dinner.
Using these small words correctly helps your English sound more natural.
Another tip is to add small details about why you do things. Like, I drink coffee in the morning because it helps me wake up. Or I listen to music when I cook because it makes me happy.
Those little details make your stories more interesting and fun.
And if you want to sound even more natural, try using expressions like usually, sometimes, often, never, always.
For example, I usually walk to work, but sometimes I take the bus. Or, she never eats breakfast before 9 a.m.
Perfect examples. And don't forget that practicing these patterns helps you build fluency.
So, listeners, try to use these questions and expressions when you talk about your daily routines. It's a simple but powerful way to improve.
And here's a quick challenge. Next time you chat with someone, ask them about their daily routine. Listen carefully and try to repeat some of the words they use.
It's a great way to learn new vocabulary naturally.
All right, Ella, I think this is a good spot to pause and let our listeners practice.
Absolutely. Keep talking, keep practicing, and don't worry about mistakes.
That's right. Learning English is a journey, and every step counts.
All right, everyone, we've covered so much today about talking about daily routines to improve your English. I hope you found it helpful.
Yes, absolutely. Remember, the key is to keep it simple, use the present simple tense, and add little details to make your stories interesting.
And don't forget to practice asking questions when you talk about routines. It makes conversations easier and more natural.
Before we finish, we want to say a big thank you to all of you listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our podcast so you don't miss future lessons.
And if you want to help other learners too, please share this episode with your friends and leave us a comment telling us what your daily routine looks like in English.
Your support really means a lot. It helps us keep creating episodes that help you become more confident in English.
Also, if there's a specific topic you want us to cover, just let us know in the comments. We love hearing from you.
So keep practicing every day. And remember, English is a journey, not a race.
Exactly. Take your time, enjoy the process, and keep speaking.
Thanks again for being with us today.
See you next time.
And as always, stay chill.